Good morning. I was telling our guest today, Danny Echeverria, back in the green room, that I said, don't get old. I am not kidding. I do some of the stupidest things in the name of aging. I'm not kidding. I don't even want to. Okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna challenge everybody out there over 50. You kids don't have any. Okay, no, go somewhere, go play. Um, What is if you're over 50, shoot, let me keep it real. When I was 35, I started having junior moments. Now I have senior moments. Uh, I walked around, I tell people this story all the time. It's so funny. It's kind of embarrassing, but it happened. I walked around one day, I was talking to Aaron Hymas, the president of V360, and he could tell I was distracted because I just kept you know how when you're doing something else and you're trying to you know, he goes, Lauren, can I call you at a better time? What's wrong? You see, I said, listen, I'll be honest with you. For the last 40 minutes while we've been talking, I'm panicking. He goes, why? I said, because I can't find my phone. And he goes, uh, how many do you have? I said, one. Why do you think I'm so serious about it and panicking? He goes, well, what are you talking on? See. So anyway, it's not quite that bad today. It's Tuesday, August 4th. Welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. I'm your host. I'm kidding. I know what you mean. Lauren Michaels here. So I better quit playing, right? So that one day they're gonna find me wandering around the cul-de-sac. Mr. Harris, can we help you? Anyway, God no, please. Welcome to the show. It's Bathrobe Moments. Somehow you slipped on a spiritual banana peel somewhere, and I'm so glad you did. Thanks for stopping by today. Um, Threes. Have you guys heard? Have you ever heard that thing? Do you believe it? Where they talk about when celebrities die, they do it in threes. You know what I'm talking about? Last week I believe it was we lost Regis Philbin, and then just the other day we lost Wilford Brimley. Remember him? They started doing those Liberty Mutual commercials. But he used to have that show. I loved him when I was a kid. That big old walrusy mustache. Great actor. So he's gone. So unless I miss somebody, there's another one a coming. I'm glad I ain't famous yet. So anyway, how's everybody doing out there? Listen, when I started in this industry, people used to joke with me. They say, "Oh, Lauren, you're like the quit taking selfies in the green room. I see you. We have hidden cameras in there, Dano, and then they're taking selfies. These kids." Excuse me. Oh, when I was getting started, they used to say to me, because of my coaching program, Lauren, you are like the Black Simon Cowell. I do have a gift. I'm telling you, I have a gift, and today's guest proves it. I have a gift wherein I can see glimpses inside of other people's greatness. I can tell when you've got that thing, you've got that X factor, you got that something special, like we all do. But sometimes somebody comes along that you just go, and a bag of chips. And today, our guest is one of those kind of people. He's got something. He's finding his way, and a lot has happened since he was originally on the show. I don't know, maybe even I don't know, 8, 9 months ago, if not longer. I'll ask him. He has a better memory. He's young, 23 to be exact. His name again is Danny Echeverria. So right now, call your friends. Anybody that's got a young person that needs to see another young person doing something great, call them and ask them to get over here and take a look. Before I bring Danny in here, I want to share some of his work with you. He has a thing that you can find daily on Instagram. We're going to throw that handle up here in just a few. Or if Facebook is your thing, you can find it there. I'm going to show you a clip that I found on Facebook. It gives you a glimpse inside of what a daily dose of Dano is all about. Sit back, get your coffee going, make a call, invite some people. You're going to be glad you did. Take a look at this.
The first point he could have focused on is how he felt at that time when he did have that good body type and use that as motivation to get back to his former point. Or he can think, if I had that body type before, then I can definitely get back to it. The point of this situation is to show that no matter what we focus on, good or bad, real or not real, is what our brain perceives to be as reality. I will raise you another scenario that I see all of the time. I've been out with friends before, whether it's at the bar, club, party, doesn't matter, where they see someone that they want to talk to, but never go up to that person. They start to make up these imaginary situations in their head that are not real, and they end up talking themselves out of it. Oh, what if she rejects me? Oh, what if she doesn't talk to me? Whatever the case may be. Instead, they should focus on the good that might happen and that they actually have a chance to get what they want. What I'm trying to help you see is that when you focus your thoughts and energy on the brighter sides of the situation, you will bulldoze through most of your problems and you will start to live a happier life. That's all for today's tip. Let's jump into today's positive story. Mateo Lambert is a 9-year-old boy from Virginia who has raced in 35 races in 15 different states and has raised over $65,000 to the Hope Cam Foundation. Hope Cam is a service that helps children with cancer stay connected with friends in school through webcams. Mateo's initial goal was to raise $5,000 for Hope Cam. Mateo met his monetary goal by his second race because strangers decided to donate to him through Facebook. He also had another goal in the beginning of the year to run for 62 miles, but he knew he would crush that goal, so he decided to up it to 100 miles for the year. Mateo, at 9 years old, also started his own foundation called the Off the Charts Club. He picked the Off the Charts Club name for two reasons. The first reason is that he wants to get kids with cancer off of their medical charts, and the second reason is that he did not reach the height chart when he went to go try out for his basketball team. He's also had some unforgettable experiences during his journey. When he was running a 5K in Chicago, he met Chicago Cubs first baseman Anthony Rizzo and asked him to hit a home run in honor of the Off the Charts Club. Anthony Rizzo, that same game, ended up hitting a grand slam for Mateo. Former Vice President Joe Biden has also written letters to Mateo to commend him for his efforts. Here are some highlights from his TED Talk.
My goal was to run 100 miles and raise money so kids with cancer aren't so lonely. In every race, I borrow the cancer-fighting superpowers of a Hope Cam kid and honor their courage by wearing a cape like this. Today, I'm honoring Andrew, who earned his angel wings last week. It has been an amazing journey, but it's not about me. Ladies and gentlemen, I've raised over $60,000 this year, but there is no dollar value for helping others. It not only feels good, it's the right thing to do. Can I tell you a secret? I'm not a special kid or a superhero. There are no age or size requirements to make a difference. Anyone can help others. You never know what kind of superpowers will come through doors.
That concludes today's story, and this story shows that regardless of your age, race, gender, or social status, you can always find ways to make a difference. Remember to have a positive focus on anything that life throws at you, and to always focus on your goals, especially now, since now is the time to have time. If you've read a new book, picked up a new skill, or have done anything interesting during this quarantine, please be sure to leave a comment down below on what you have done to give other viewers some ideas to keep busy during this quarantine. Until next episode, peace.
Wow. Huh? Ringing the bell on that. I can't even say anything. I'm speechless. And you know how rare that is? This time it's not because I forgot every word in my vocabulary. Listen, oh, what's that? I hear the girls screaming outside. He must be here. Good morning.
Good morning, Loren. How are you this morning?
Good. I got to tell you, we haven't seen that many teenage girls out in front of the house since the Jonas Brothers were on the show.
Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. I mean, we'll see how it goes. I always get that, but
I'm sure you do. You know what? I do too. No, I can't even tell that lie. It's too early. Get me after 4. I can probably pull it off then. How you been?
Everything has been wonderful. I don't have any complaints in my life. Everything is going in the direction that I want it to go in. So everything's been great.
We're under the umbrella of a universal pandemic, or at least a global pandemic. I know that during the
I said, really, I haven't noticed.
Right, but what my point is, you were under that. you're one of the millions of people that lost their job because of COVID-19 and the quarantining and everything. And still you can say, I have nothing to complain about. I have that. That's a wonderful thing. I'm trying to reach over. I know I have, whose book somewhere close.
Oh yeah, I know what you're about to pull out.
Right.
Yeah.
I know I have it because she ain't cutting me. She ain't cutting me when she sees me because I didn't bring up her book when her son was on the. Listen, yesterday we were so tied up catching up and everything. It was late. I apologize to all of you out there. I didn't get Danny's promo piece out until like 9 o'clock at night. It's supposed to go out right o'clock. Right o'clock. Here's a senior moment. Somebody must have been thinking on it. Who is saying, please do a senior moment? Come on, Loren. Well, you got it. That one was good enough for the whole week. So anyway, it was 9 o'clock at night. So I apologize. But I got something good for you. I told you I want to talk to you afterwards. I got something good for you that hopefully will make up for that. We've been so busy, but and let me just say from the onslaught here, I'm so excited for you. I'm so proud of you. You were just talking about doing this when we were here together last time. I don't remember how long ago it really was. Do you, since
Uh,
you were here on the show?
at least a few months. I would say at least 4 months. Maybe.
More than that because it was before COVID. Well, you're right because I met your mom in January when I spoke in New Jersey. So you're right. It was actually this year. Wow, it seems like I've known you longer than that. Well, you've done quite a lot, especially jumping through the hoops of a global pandemic. I love a daily dose of Dano. I've been watching you. Your choice of content, the stories you tell, you're really good at it. So tell us, are you for 5 minutes that entire time you were there? Do you have a teleprompter? How do you remember all that?
No, I actually don't have a teleprompter. I do all of the writing, I do all of the editing, I do all of the filming, and all of the post production. So I just,
Morning, honey.
I just take all the clips and I just edit it myself to make it look so seamless.
Well, you are very, very talented and proficient at that. That's for sure. Now, okay, let's start at the beginning. I remember when this was a glimmer in your eye, and here today it is a reality, and that's what a lot of people have. They struggle with getting from that idea point to the executable point. So take us down through it. How much did it take for you to pull this off?
Well, I didn't start from the bottom when it comes to starting this project. I was fortunate enough that I have such a supportive mother, and she was actually able to put in half of everything that exactly. She actually put in half of the upfront cost. So I mean, I just film on my iPhone XR, so I don't have any special camera, but I do have a green screen and I do have the lights. And I already had the laptop from when I was in college, and so it just kind of all fell together in the right way.
Right now, you're 23 years old.
Yes.
Oh, can you wipe some of that Infamil baby formula? You got some right here. Get it off.
Right here?
I think you spilled some Gerber strained peas right here too. So get those off. I'm kidding.
No.
So I just want to say this because I have. Hold on a second, honey. Do you think it's wrong if I bring up a 23-year-old person in my family who's, you know who? I won't use his name. Huh? Okay, I'm gonna go with it. You had my angel number, so I'm going with. But I'm just saying, a lot of kids nowadays, Dano, your age, are doing everything but the right thing. And they all in the name of finding themselves. I had a nephew that could have lost his life just last week. I'm not kidding. Broken ribs and punctured spleen's gone now. Liver damage, lung damage, blood transfusion, all these different things. And he says now, I got it. I'm going to do something, and I believe him. I believe him. I have no choice but to believe him. But the point is, I love it and he has so much potential. And he still does, and I'm hoping this will be that thing for him. But can you talk about what's it like being a 23-year-old, not just in the pandemic world, but just in this world? A lot of us, I think, a lot of people, especially kids that you grow up, you go through high school, you finish, you go straight out to college. But a lot of kids nowadays are choosing other options. just
Mhm.
like yourself. So talk about that for a minute. And what was it like when you told your family, I'm not gonna stay in college, because you did go, follow somebody's plan, but then you changed it. Talk about that and why you chose to leave school and do what you're doing today.
Well, I remember the conversation that I had with my mother when I told her that I wanted to take at least a semester off to pursue this opportunity. She's always been school, school, school is the way to go. You have to go. That is the only way that you're going to be somebody in this world. And, she's doing it from the good of her heart. So I can't say anything about it because she only wants what's best for me. And
Right,
that's one of the security blankets that, a male my age has. We
right.
have a lot of options. So, and it's been okay. I don't really identify myself as a 23-year-old male, like you said. I remember earlier before we started the show. Oh, do you identify yourself as a millennial?
Oh, like the millennial, Gen X, Gen,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't identify myself with that. I see myself as someone who's just as capable as someone who's 70 years old, 50 years old, 14-year-old.
Thank you.
It doesn't
The
matter.
50 something, not the 70.
No,
We're
no,
playing. No, not you, them.
I was gonna say 27 for you.
Oh,
No, but if I think age really is just a number. You should really measure somebody by the goodness of their heart and the good intentions and the good faith that they have. So it really, like you say, 23-year-old, but I don't see myself that way. It's been a very rewarding experience. I've had a ton of support. So
well, what you're doing is awesome.
thank you. I appreciate it. And I actually had a conversation with a good friend of mine the other day, and he goes, "Man, like, please just keep continuing your videos because you don't know who you're helping and somebody in their time of need."
That's absolutely
So
right.
just the thought of that, of me helping somebody, and I don't even need the credit. They don't have to tell me anything that, oh, you did this for me, this or that. As long as they know that I was their source of inspiration, that's enough for me to just keep continuing with these videos.
So, what was it? Do you remember the day when you said, "Okay, I know what I want to do," and it vaguely uh, resembled what you're doing today? Because I know this is just the tip of the iceberg for you.
Yeah.
But when you first saw it, what did you think it was? Did you see? Some people say, "Oh, I see myself as a motivational speaker, or I want to be on television, or what?" How did you see yourself, and how did you know you had this message that needed to be told, needed to be shared? How'd you know that?
So I think I got my idea just like any other great idea got started. I was on the toilet and I was on the toilet and I was scrolling through my Instagram
Uh,
feed and
uh,
negative story after negative story after this person gets killed, after the government does this, after whatever the case may be. It's just all negative.
mm-hmm.
That was really the point, at the beginning of this year that I just had enough. I'm sick and tired of it. Where are the positive stories? There's so many. I think people are inherently good, and why is that not being portrayed more? Because the world needs more love right now, man. Especially with the racial divides and everything else going on in this world. If everybody just sticks together and empowers one another, all the problems would go away in my opinion, because if you act in good faith. But so the idea came to me. I have this good friend of mine, my brother, obviously Lewis, my mom, and my friend Sebastian.
Okay.
And I would bounce ideas off of them. I would say, "Oh, what do you think about music in the background?" And I don't know. I just thought about standing in front of the camera, and then that's when I got the idea of the green screen and just changing the scenery every once in a while for every video, and just having music behind it, because I feel like every great video you just can't stand there in silence. So it's also like a subliminal thing going on, that something's always going on. And in that other clip, that one of those clips, the one that you just showed, it's more of a motivational piece, but I also like to throw in my humor in there. So I just think it just divine power. I think that's how I got that idea.
Oh, that's a great. Ooh. Oh, see what I'm saying? I was just letting you run because I knew where you were gonna go. I knew it.
Yeah.
I love it. You're like a seasoned pro. When you look on there, even that one, just in this short period that you've been doing it, I know people that have been doing it for years, and they still aren't as engaging or magnetic as you are. So I think you found your niche, or at least a starting niche. I think it's great. So what's your process, Dano, in finding your stories. The one just now, that was fantastic. I did not know anything about that boy. His TED Talk excerpts were just so on point. And wow, good Lord, I'm glad I didn't see him the day before I decided to enter this industry, because I'd have probably been working at Wendy's right now. Because I said nope, no, 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 no. But everybody's got their message. So how do you find these great stories?
So I'll just go on, some famous websites, CNN, goodnewsnetwork.org. And then, like I said, going back to the great support system, my mom is constantly sending me stories. My brother Lewis is always sending me
Hmm.
stories. My friend Sebastian's always sending me stories. So it's just a bunch of ways, but it's just mostly through research and being on social media as well and trying to find the good that's there because it is there, but it just needs to be more apparent.
Yes, it does. I agree. Let me ring on that one. I want to ask you, so how far do you see yourself taking all this?
Uh, excuse my language, but pretty damn as far as I can take it. And I want to go all the way to the top. I guess eventually my main goal is to host my own radio station. And
Oh,
just kind of like because if you think about it, the Breakfast Club or all these rap radios and stuff like that, man, they get millions upon millions of views. And imagine if they were to use their power for good,
good.
for the love.
Yeah, yeah. I worked in radio for quite a long time, over 15 years, and worked in every slot from morning show all the way through Quiet Storm, which ended at 2 a.m. in the morning. And radio is a powerful medium. A lot of people rely on radio. Do you ever think about television?
I've thought about it before. Yeah, 100%.
Mhm.
I'm not really sure how that works. I'm just starting out with this.
Yeah, yeah.
It's still new to me.
So, how do your peers feel about what you're doing?
Oh man, my peers have been awesome. I've had people that have come up to me and constantly ask me for videos. We would be at a bar just sharing a drink, and they go, "Man," out of nowhere, they go, "Oh my God, I love your videos. Please never stop making them. The content is so good. The way that you portray yourself." Everybody loves them. I've just been getting great support, and I'd like to thank everybody watching for all the support that they have given me, whether it's in person, through text message, through social media. I would just like to say thank you to all you
You're
guys.
welcome. Oh, I thought you meant. I'm saying that for the collective.
Yeah.
I'm saying that for the collective. But I want to ask you a question. Now you said in your bio, and I saw it. I was like, oh, that's an interesting point to put out there. Maybe he's looking for a girlfriend because you were like, I'm a single, and so are you really single? Or does that mean you're just dating?
No,
No
no, no.
serious girlfriend.
No. I'm single right now, only because I really want to develop myself to the best of my abilities. And I feel like nowadays, if you have somebody in your ear all the time, you can't unlock yourself to be the best that you can possibly be. Because if you think about it, everything that you do kind of revolves around that person, whether it's
True.
fun or not.
So no distractions.
Exactly. I'm about my business. I'm about the money.
So do you bring your girlfriends home to meet your mom?
I actually live by myself, so no.
Oh, you don't live with your mom anymore?
Mm-mm.
You lived there when we were on the show before.
Yeah. Oh, that's before. That's
Oh,
things have
so
changed.
ooh, um, oh my God, how many days did it take her to stop crying?
You know what? She was actually surprisingly pleasant about it. She's only right up the street anyway, so
Oh, that's why. Okay, I knew there'd be some kind of, because you're the baby, right?
yes, I am.
Yeah, and I already know. Listen, how do you think I knew we forgot to get your promo out? Momager,
Yeah. Oh man, she's been my
Momager Jeanette. She was so she was, I can. This is how she texted it. Hi, Lauren. Somehow I didn't get tagged in tomorrow's guest promotional or something like that. And I was like, I got it. I said, well, who's tomorrow's guest? I flew off the couch. We were watching Queen Sugar. I was all back rubbing my stomach from eating and everything, taco night. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm done for the night. And I came here and I was like, daily dose of Dano. No wonder. She said, and I hurried up. Let me tell you, Queen Sugar's still on pause because I knew I ain't messing with her. I'll tell you, Jeanette ain't cutting me.
She'll
All
tell you.
right, that's not. She's not violent. She's just a strong, powerful woman, and she does. She wants her baby. Okay, I won't say that. She wants her son to get every opportunity, and I love that in her. And I joke about that, but I want you to know, my story. 22 mothers. I've buried my adoptive and my biological mother, and I tell you what. If it weren't for those women who played that role in my life, all 22 of them, there's no way I could be sitting in this chair today doing what I do today. So, good thing in moms. Nobody has your back like a mom. When we come back from commercial break, we're going to talk with Danny about a few things. How he's developed this show during the pandemic, how it's affected his young life during this pandemic, and a couple other things that I want to talk to him about. But in the meantime, I want you, Danny, to pay close attention to this first break, this first commercial during break. You guys don't go away. Grab some more coffee, call a friend. We'll be right back. Hey, we're back. Thank you for hanging around. And if you've come in since the top of the hour, my guest today is Dano Echeverria, also the brainchild behind a Daily Dose of Dano, or Does Daily Dose of Dano. You can find that over on Instagram and also on Facebook. I'm going to put up the link where you can check him out at Daily Dose of Dano. I'll leave that up for a minute. Dano, so I want to ask you, how far did you go when you went to school? What was it you were studying?
I started out in accounting and then I switched to marketing. Yeah, just
marketing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's your thing because that's what you're doing here. Okay, great. And so I'm going to change it up a little bit if that's okay,
Of course.
and talk to you about some things. I'm always interested in young people's take on certain things that we're all dealing with. And you're a man of color, okay? Yeah. You're a man of color. And have you ever dealt with any of the things that we hear in the media, especially since George Floyd and before, about, have you ever had any police contact and you felt that, man, I better keep my mouth shut, or, how's that feel for a brown guy?
Well, I mean, now I really haven't experienced it much at all. Back in high school, I went to a private Catholic high school, and there would be little things said here and there about race. Oh, one of the things, because I'm Puerto Rican, and they were like, oh, like you're Mexican, this and that, and then that was some of the racism that I've experienced. But I can tell you, no, not at all. I'm very respectful when it comes to police officers, just because you know the outcome that could happen. So
Yeah,
I'm just totally whatever you need to do, you do it, and you know I don't really do anything wrong, so that's my
right.
do.
So do you good one in front of your mom. Um do you have any African American friends?
Yes, of course.
And what did they say to you about it? Did you guys have that conversation? I'm
Yeah,
just curious. Okay, what did they say? Is it's very real to them, right?
yes, 100%. I was actually on the beach the other day, and that topic came up. And I said, listen, like, if you have any examples, just because I like to get every single perspective possible before I make a decision when it comes.
Mm,
Just because I'm not experiencing it doesn't mean that somebody else isn't, exactly like you said. And they were telling me about their experiences, and I think about it. I put myself in their shoes, and I'm just damn like wow, you know, this is a very real thing. So just because it isn't happening to you doesn't mean it isn't happening to yourself, a family member, or someone that you may know.
okay, makes sense to me. And so if you could change something through your platform, if you could change one thing with Daily Dose of Dano, what would you hope that you could change?
Uh, can I give you two things? Is that
Of
okay?
course, the more the merrier.
So I would say number one is just as a base is how people talk to each other. You know, I hear about siblings, you know, they talk all the time and they joke around and they say, oh, like I'm gonna kill you and stuff like that. I believe 100% with my soul that words are very powerful. Even if you make a joke about yourself and you put yourself down in a negative way and you're just joking, I still don't believe that that's a joke, that your body and your mind registers the negative energy that comes out of your mouth. And you know, you put yourself down. That's that.
Something's happening with your microphone.
What about now?
Say something else.
Say something else.
Okay, good.
We're all good?
Oh, yeah,
Some
gotcha.
oh,
Still got it.
okay.
Okay. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, something else. Okay. I can go with the best. Come on with it.
Oh
Don't you
man.
just you'll walk over, but you'll limp back.
Oh man, there goes my
And that was good with your face. You're like,
I'm
listen,
wait, I think yours is going out.
no, it ain't. I got a question for you.
Okay.
Um, and this is a serious question.
Yeah.
When you're around your friends, you say you have your African American friends. This is a two-parter. So part one, um, the N word. You know how kids like to call each other that. Even you don't even have to be black. I'm serious. I've been in the other room where nephews and their friends are playing video games in another room when I'm visiting down there, and I'll hear the little white boy will be saying, "Oh, you're not right," and I'll be like, and I'm always curious about that because people make it such a big. Somehow when they're together, they're just boys. They grew up together. There's nothing negative about it. And I struggle with that because I'm like, but if the wrong person, how do we tell other people, don't you dare say that about who doesn't talk about my mama, you know, uh, and still let other people, how do you feel about that? And does that, when you hear, because I know you have friends that you hear that, what is the mindset in your clique about that, about you guys using the N word with each other, on each other?
Uh, you know, I feel like it's kind of that word will never be eliminated. It really depends on your upbringing. So if you hear that word as you're growing up, you know, you're more inclined to say it. And I think people use it more. Let me not say people. I think, you know, when it comes to Spanish people and black people, I think they use it more as a term of endearment,
Of endearment,
yeah,
right?
more than anything. And
That's my,
yeah, like, you know, when it comes to that, like, you know, we don't really say too much in my clique. So I don't think it really matters, like, you know, for us. But, you know, if somebody's really experiencing that, like a person of
Mhm.
non-color saying that, then
Yeah.
of course, then, you know, then there's going to be a problem. But I think people use it more as a term of endearment, and I don't think it'll ever go away. Kind of like, you know, when women call other women, oh, you're my B or this and that.
Yeah,
I think it's
that's
kind of
my,
the same
yeah.
thing. And not like the same thing because
That's a
obviously
good point.
the thing behind it, but it's more of a term of endearment. They try to spin it,
I got it.
not to justify, not to say that it's right, but
Right.
it's just
But
what
it's to
it is.
help understand it. To
Yeah.
help understand it. So let's talk about generational connections and whatnot. You told us at the top of the hour you're Puerto Rican. Puerto Rican. Do you still have family over there? Do you go visit? How connected are you with your history?
Actually, not at all. When my mom tells me stuff all the time, and
Oh.
all the time I get made fun of. They always say, "Oh, you're a white boy. You're not Puerto Rican." I really
Oh.
can't talk the language either. I mean, I can understand it, but always growing up, I would always answer my mom back in English just because I kind of felt it's like a societal thing. If I were to speak Spanish, I would feel like it's kind of out of place and not the right time.
So let me ask you on that note then, not to interrupt you, but let me ask you then. So how are you, how do you, and I think you should think about it because I already know I've had a glimpse into you and I know where you're headed. So I want you to think about this before you answer. Did I just spit?
Um,
No, I told you I'll be soon.
right?
So, honey, bring me another Depends. I got another half hour of this show. Oh Lord, please no. Oh, anyway. Um, so Danny, Dano, uh, when you're famous, when your name is a household name, because it will happen, um, what are you going to do when a reporter, say on 2020 or something, asks you, so when was the last time you were back in Puerto Rico? Do you feel you should be making a difference there? And that sort of thing. Does that ever cross your mind, though? The bigger picture and the responsibility that comes with as you rise up the ladder of fame and fortune?
Oh, of course. That's one of my motivating factors. I always say that, a good life is based on a person's bank account, but an extraordinary life is how much they give back to the community. So
Oh.
that's always one of the big things that I always focus on. Eventually one of my biggest goals is I want to take all the money that I make, and it might sound a little bit corny, but I want to
Give it to Loren? No, baby, please. Just half. You don't got to give it all to me, but thanks.
nope. I'll remember you when I make it big. No, I'm just
Okay.
I want to buy maybe for the state of New Jersey or maybe a county in New Jersey, most likely Camden. I want to pay for students' lunches. And I know that sounds a little bit, weird,
No, it doesn't.
but because I feel like kids shouldn't be punished for something that they can't control.
Somebody say lunch.
There you go. And I've seen it firsthand before. I went to an inner city school in Camden. I went to Leap Academy, and growing up, when kids would have to put back a carton of milk because
Oh,
they couldn't afford something, you know what I mean? They can't afford 40 cents for it. It
amen. Mm-hmm.
bothers me because a lot of families, I'm not sure a lot, but I know some families send their kids to school just to be able to to pay for their meals because free lunches. But that's one of the things that I always wanted to do. No child should have to suffer from that because they can't control it. And when you develop the kids at a young age, you're developing their future and their leaders.
And speaking of kids, you just got this thing about you that I know you love kids and kids are drawn to you. Do you see yourself ever doing anything? I really think too, you ought to think about having a kids show one day.
No, I don't think I could do that. My humor is too
Raw?
not raw. It's just not for kids. I don't think they'll understand it.
Yeah, but you don't have to worry about that stuff. There's gonna be people helping you keep that. Okay, let me ask you this. Sorry, that been a good. So is. Um, what about if you? What is? Because I have a feeling you have one already. And what I'm speaking of is the give back part. Some people it's Big Brothers, Big Sisters. Some people it's Special Olympics or something. What is there a nonprofit or something that is near and dear to your heart, a cause?
Yeah, I would say mothers that really aren't able to have kids, so they go through adoption. Um,
Wow, and I was adopted and I'm a foster kid. Wow, where's that coming from?
I saw it on social media. They brought up really compelling points, and whenever I come to make a decision, I always come to the decision unbiased. So I like to hear everybody's side of the story. And there are really good people and women and families out there that want to adopt and they just can't have the kids. So, to be able to help people with that, just because if you can bring, it always comes back to my mom's book, Where's Mom? If you can develop these kids to be strong leaders and you have a message that you want to share, it'll really change the world because, it's all about your inner household because that's the type of person that you become.
How many kids do you want to have?
I kind of want to take the same route as my mom. 2 kids, 2 boys. I don't want girls. No girls.
That's probably why you're gonna have 6 of them. I'm
I,
just saying. Huh? Huh?
I jinxed myself. Oh man.
Yeah. Why do you say that? Why do you say no girls?
Uh, I don't know. It's not what
You
I.
might end up having to kill somebody.
Yeah, exactly. And being a girl nowadays is very difficult. With the body standards that you need to uphold, you need to watch over your back every few seconds because of, human trafficking and there's just and I don't know how to raise a girl. So, with a guy, I already know what I'm doing from that perspective. I already know how to talk to them.
Yeah, yeah, I already see. Uh-huh. Okay. Let me ask you next. I am interested in out of all of the stories that you featured on Daily Dose of Dano, which one has been your favorite so far and why?
I think I would say the one about the 99-year-old man that raised over $35 million. Yeah.
What?
There was a 99-year-old man, and I believe it was the UK, and he raised over $35 million for the National Health Service over there. And I feel like I like that story because it's kind of the opposite side of the coin of the 9-year-old boy that ran races. The guy, what he did was he wanted to walk 100 laps before his 100th birthday, and he wanted to raise money while doing it. And he had, I think, a few hundred thousand within the first week. And it just really goes to show that, like, how I say, no matter what your age, no matter how old you are, I mean, your age, your race,
Yeah.
whatever it may be, that you really can make a difference.
Well, do you mind? Can we share that one?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. So going back to the humor that I was talking about, I think there
No,
might.
I mean, I'm going to share that video clip.
Oh yeah, yeah, of course, of course.
Go back, finish your thought.
No, I was gonna say, be careful about what you show on there because some people might get offended. Not that there's anything bad.
Oh, you're talking about the 99-year-old man clip?
Yeah, yeah. There was just a clip in there that I thought was pretty funny where he's walking and I throw myself right next to him in the
Okay,
clip.
well, we get ready to see it, so you can explain afterwards.
Okay.
Here we go.
It's
Told you.
it's
Uh-huh.
but
Okay, here we go. Let's take a look.
all right.
And action.
Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, this is Dano here, and I'm super grateful to bring you back another episode of Daily Dose of Dano. For today's episode, I'm going to be telling you about a 99-year-old man who's raised more than $30 million to help everyone affected by the COVID-19 pandemic.
Oh.
But first, what's an episode of Daily Dose of Dano without my life-changing tips? I'll tell you what it is. It's like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich without the jelly. It's like a Popeye's biscuit without the drink. I bet you guys would act like this if I didn't give you the tips. But I'm not going to leave you like that, so here it is. Today's tip is about meditation. There are many different types of meditation out there. One example is guided meditation, where all you do is listen or think about relaxing sounds and images. This type of meditation is the best for beginners because you literally don't have to do anything. Just think and listen. Another example is transcendental meditation.
I practice meditation.
You repeat a specific word or phrase over and over again that is specifically cultivated to you and no one else. Just to provide one more example of meditation, yoga is a form of meditation where you control your body and breathing to focus on the current moment. There are a plethora of different ways to meditate, but they all have identical benefits. Some positive benefits include gaining new perspectives on stressful situations, reducing negative emotions, an increase in imagination and creativity within your mind, And the most important one of them all, the great sensation you feel while you're performing it. If you don't know where to start, YouTube can literally teach you anything that you want to learn. Just type in the form of meditation that you want to learn and take it from there. Some famous people that practice meditation are Michael Jordan, Jerry Seinfeld, Jennifer Lopez, Clint Eastwood, and so many others that it would be impossible to name them all. Always keep in mind that my tips are suggestions that I have practiced myself, and they're to try to make you better than what you were yesterday so you can get on the right track in order to maximize your life. With that being said, let's jump into today's positive story. 99-year-old Tom Moore is a World War II veteran that has raised more than $35 million for Britain's National Health Service, also known as the NHS. NHS is a network of charities that help staff and patients during the COVID-19 pandemic. He began his mission roughly 2 weeks ago on April 8th. His original goal was to raise $1,200 by walking 100 laps in his garden, and he wanted to do it before April 30th because April 30th is Tom's 100th birthday. Within the first 24 hours, he raised over $86,000. He finished his goal about a week later on April 16th, which was 2 weeks ahead of his scheduled time. As he walked the finish line, he raised more than $15 million for NHS, and money is still being donated to the cause. Here's a video as he crosses the finish line with balloons and soldiers right by his side. Come on, Tom, I want to see something. I want you to finish strong, boy. Nah, I'm just kidding, but here's the real video.
He's a guard of honour from the 1st Battalion, the Yorkshire Regiment. Inches to go, and there he is. Congratulations. Well done. Absolutely amazing, amazing achievement. Captain Tom, how do you feel this morning?
Fine. I mean, yes. I mean, I'm surrounded by the right sort of people. So, yes, I feel fine. I hope you're all feeling fine too.
Well, we are feeling much more fine. I think we've all been inspired. The whole country, it seems like the whole world has been inspired by your achievement.
Oh, thank you.
A petition has been created for Captain Tom to be knighted by Queen Elizabeth II, and it already has over 500,000 signatures. Captain Tom Moore made no excuses during his journey, and I picked this story to really drive home the point that anybody can make a difference. My last story was about a 9-year-old contributing to the world, and now for this story, we have someone that's on the opposite end of the age spectrum and on a different side of the world that is doing the same exact thing. These stories show that no excuses should be made when you set a goal for yourself, and that the only thing stopping you is you. I truly believe that anybody can do anything that they set their mind to. So with that in mind, get to working on your dreams, and I will see you for another episode of Daily Dose of Dano. Peace.
Dano, I am not kidding you. You got gold, my man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You really do. It goes by so quickly. It's just amazing. And I'm gonna tell you something. Nowadays, because here it comes. Yeah, you know what? Listen, I always tease people, but sometimes you just got to do it. So here it comes. Seriously though, ever since I became no, seriously. An associate producer for the network for E360. You start honing an even better barometer, if you will, of when somebody's really hitting the mark, really, really hitting the mark. Now, you saw that commercial I told you to pay attention to, right?
Yeah.
Where you can win 3 people are going to win 12 free television shows. So that's 12 hours of an opportunity that can reach almost 1 billion people. All you have to do is convince the team at E360 in E360 seconds or less. Get it? I came up with that. In 60 seconds or less, why you deserve to be the next TV host on the network. So I really think you ought to throw your hat in the ring, my man. I really do.
I appreciate that. Can I use that video as a submission? I mean, it's over.
Yeah. Oh no, because it's got to be E3 60 seconds or less. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something, because ever since reaching over there, that promotion came along. Of course, my husband, being a therapist, gotten me nothing but great books about the world of television. Oh, there's something for you, marketing, and producing. And I want to tell you something. There is so much. This is one of the greatest times to be alive right now, especially with all of this open here. You don't have to have the peacock in front of you now to rise as far as you can go in front of this market known as the world. So I'm really excited for you and for others like you and for anyone else out there. Get over, take a look at that commercial. And if you just want to drop in the comments, I want more info, I'll get it to you at post show, so you can get your hat in the ring. All you got to do is say, listen, I want a television show because I feel boom, 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 in 60 seconds or less. Okay, 12 shows. That could be one a week and be 3 months. So it's up to you. And I'm just saying,
Yeah,
right?
I appreciate the opportunity and the information. Of course, why not? Right?
There you go. Excuse me. Now tell us about that whiteboard behind you. What's it about and what's on it?
Do you want me to read each quote?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm
All right,
listening.
I'll do it quick. So this is my new board that I just bought. It's my quote of the day. I really do believe in daily affirmations. When you talk to yourself in a positive way,
Okay.
positive things will start to happen. So the first one that I chose is faith. I choose faith over fear. So you can use that in a religious sense. Faith in God over
Just
fear.
told my husband that yesterday. Honey, didn't I say that about faith and fear?
Well, yeah. So you can use it as that. You can say I have faith in myself over
Yes.
fear of the unknown. So I chose that one. Number two, act greater than how you feel. Because there's some days, man, when it's raining out there and everything is just pushing against you and you feel like crap. But if you act greater than how you feel, only good things will happen.
Act greater than how you feel.
Mhm.
Got it? Love it.
The third one is your only competition is who you were yesterday. So if you're not, self-improving every day, then what are you doing? You're just at a plateau. You're at a standstill, and you're gonna get the same results. I watched the video yesterday on E360 TV on the napkin. Same results, same actions. Exactly. So
That's right.
the same thing. Number four, you're meant for greater things. Live the life you know you deserve. I know me personally. I know I'm going to the top. I know I'm going to live the life that I want to live. It may not be the same as somebody else. So, I know I deserve a better life, and I'm going to get the life that I live. So it's kind of like a daily affirmation. And number five is I believe in the person I dream of becoming. I believe that the person that I'm going to be in the future is somebody that's very honest, acts in good faith and no malice and very positive and free flowing. So, and I believe in that man. I believe in that.
So how often do you change that? I know you said it's a new board. So
Yeah.
is that something? Talk about that.
So I just changed the format of the board just for the viewers right now. Usually it's kind of like I divide it into a few sections. I have my to-do list, everything that I need to do on a day-to-day basis. It helps me keep me in order. And when you do the small things right, it leads up to a bigger goal. So that's on that half of the board. The top half, or if you divide it in half, or more quotes. So I would just transfer that on the top right section.
Okay.
On the bottom right is daily habits that I need to change. Whether it's taking a nap, sometimes I take a few more naps than I would like to. Sometimes I spend too much
Join
time.
the club.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So sometimes I spend too much time on social media. So that's one of the habits that I need to change and I need to develop. And then another one is I hit the snooze button a few times too often. So, those are habits that I want to start changing. So I'll have that.
For you.
And I also want to post 3 pictures right here. So my dream house, my dream car, and my dream body.
You know what? I've done that in and that's really interesting that you do that. I've done that with all 3 of those categories. All 3 of those categories. And at 50, when they tell you start sitting it down, oh yeah, you shouldn't have said that. I was like, and had never ever been in a gym in my entire life, Dano, ever. I didn't know when I first went in. I didn't know how you made. I was glad no one was there because I was like, how do you make this seat work? Right? And 9 weeks later,
Wow.
yep,
Fantastic.
because of the visualizing of
Mhm.
it. And it works in everything. You're really on point, my man. I'm serious. I think you have a gift. I can't believe this hour is over already. I am encouraging everyone now and on the replays to get yourself a daily dose of Eno. You won't regret it. I'm going to go back in and hit the notifications button so that I get reminded whenever you post one of your segments. I love it, and you're welcome back here anytime. I got something to talk to you about again. And Yolanda Riley says that she's writing your quotes down. So there you go, already making a difference in people's lives. Great interview we get from Lou. Thank you so much for joining us here today, Dano. I look forward to all the great things that I know are headed your way and watching you be responsible for changing the lives of millions of people, one person, one soul at a time. So I want to thank all of you for joining me tomorrow. Danny Torres will be here. Puerto Rican again. It's Puerto Rican week, y'all, here on Bathrobe Moments. Danny Torres. You need to tune in for that one, Dano. Someone you should know. Great guy. Has been a part of my Power Week symposium events and the Next Impactor and all kinds of things. And he's here to give us an update on what's been going on with him since the onslaught of COVID-19. Listen, get out there and do what we do. Love up on everyone you possibly can. In order to be a part of something greater than yourselves, it's really easy. All you have to do is make a commitment every day of your life. And no matter what person you encounter or situation, you are going to leave that person or situation just a tad bit better than the way you found it. Do that, and you are a legend, if only in your own mind. And who cares about the rest? I'm Loren Michaels Harris. This is Danny Choveria, also known as Daily Dose of Danny. Thank you for joining us. God bless you. Get out there and find a mirror, because if you can't see a blessing, trust me, you can never be a blessing. Danny, thank you so much. God bless you. We'll see you soon.
Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Okay. See you around.